Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Let's continue with the last part, which is on using array as the formal parameter of a method. We have seen before that we can pass values in a method. We can do the same using array. The syntax is similar to before, which we will write public static void, then the method's name, then the parameter within the brackets. As it is an array, we will use the square brackets. We write the array data type, square brackets, and the array name. We can also place the square brackets after the array name instead of after the data type. In this example, we have public static void calculate sales double square bracket array sales comma int week. This method has two formal parameters where array sales is an array of type double and week is type int. How to call the method? Similar as before, we will write the array name as the parameter. As our method has two formal parameters, to call the method, we will write calculate sales array sales comma week, where the first parameter is an array, the second one, which is week, is an int. Calculate sales has no return type as it is void. Let's look at this example. Here we want to print all the elements in an array. We have a class called passing array as parameter. In our class, we have an array type int called array number, and it has the value of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. This is a one-dimensional array. How to know the size of our array? We can use arraynum.length without having to manually count the number of values in our arraynum. In our code, we have a method called printArrayElements that has one formal parameter type int, and it is an array called arraynum or array number. Here, we can call it a different name if we want. It does not have to be arraynum. For example, here, I have changed the array name to a different name and the type is still int. To call the method printArrayElements, within the main method, we will write the name of the method printArrayElements. Then, as it has one formal parameter, we will pass the array to the method. When we run this code, it will display the number of elements in the array is 6. The elements are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 because using the for loop, it loops through all the index number for the array. Let's look at another example. Here we want to find the sum of all elements in an array. See that we have this program. This is not the complete code. Inside here, we have two methods, which are the main method and SumArray that will return an int. SumArray takes in one formal parameter of type int and it is an array. Using the for loop, each element of the array will be accessed and each value will be added and kept in the variable called sum. The calculated value is passed back to the calling method. In this code, within the main method, the return value of the sum is kept in the variable called sum. When we do system.out.println, the output of this program is the sum of array A is 30, where 30 was calculated using the SumArray method. Another example here is to sum all elements and find the largest element in an array. Here we have an array called list A, which is of type int, and the values that it contains are 11, 22, 36, 42, 15, 46, 27, 48, 19, and also 10. Within the main method, there are two method calls that uses the array as the formal parameter, which are SumArray and findLargestElement. Within the main method, both methods are called to do the sum and finding the largest element. Continuing from the previous program, here we have the detail of SumArray and findLargestElement methods. In SumArray method, it will return a value to the calling method. It will return an int. The formal parameter here is an array of type int. What the method does is it will look through the array called list and do the addition. This is similar to the example we saw previously. The second method that we have here is the find largest element that will return an int value. It also has one formal parameter type int and it is an array. In this method, it compares the value of the array list at each index number to the maximum value. If the element's value is larger than the current maximum value, it will replace it. The method then returns the maximum value back to the calling method, which is to the main method. We can also have a method to search from an array of integer. This example here will return the location of the first array elements that is equal to the search value. In this example, the method is called as search. It will return an int value. It has two parameters, where the first one is the array being passed and the second parameter is the value we want to find from the array. If we run the code and the search value is 60, the method will return the value 5. This is because in our code, we return the location, which is the index number where the value 60 is found. We can also have a method with an array as the formal parameter to search, print, and edit a value. In this code here, we have print array method and edit value method. Edit value method takes in an array and the search value. Using a for loop, it checks all the elements, and using if, it tries to find the same search value in the array. If it finds it, it replaces it with 65 and exits the for loop. Otherwise, it will display the search value is not in the list. Looking at the other method, print array method uses a for loop to go through all the elements in the array and displays it. In the main method, it calls the edit value and the print array method. Edit value replaces the value 60 to 65 and the array is displayed as main method calls the print array method. Similarly, we can search and remove a value from the array. In this example, the delete value method finds the search value in the array num. Once it finds the search value, it sets the boolean delete to true. It then calls the print array and displays the output of the array after it has removed the search value. We can also write a method to read the numbers and print them in reverse order. This can be done by using a for loop and looping from the last index number until 0. That's it for method. We can use arrays as the formal parameter for the method if we want to. You can try using a 2D array. The steps are similar to what we have seen in the examples.